Welcome to excuse me. Welcome to Squad Creators Podcast, episode 66, man. See Paris, and I got a special guest in here. Brother, I'm gonna let you go and introduce yourself. And you can I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's all good. What's going on, Zeke? What's going on, Squad Cast Creatives? My name's Clint. I'm the creator of BLACKGROUND clothing. Just here to share some knowledge about the my cut and sew, what I'm doing with my brand, about the tech packs I'm created, and how my brand started and things like that. So let's get into it.
Let me pay these bills right quick.
Yep.
See, Mike T's usually, I don't even know how to do it, man. Mike T's usually does this. And for those that might be asking, man, Mike T's, he ain't feeling good, man. So just pray for him. He ain't got that Rona. So
yeah, man. Get well soon, bro.
Okay.
We the smallest gang with the biggest guest to do it.
Period.
I like
so
that.
Before we get started, man, I got to shout out. We got a sponsor, Vinyl Supply Unlimited, authorized Caesar dealer, the only Metamark. They sell the only Metamark decal vinyl in the country. You get with Vinyl Supply Unlimited, put in
Squad Creators.
10, you get a 10% discount off your order. Free shipping over $50.
Once again, head on over to vinylsupplyunlimited.com for all your crafting needs.
Man, again, that's Vinyl Supply Unlimited. Squad Creators 10 to get you 10% off your order. So, man, I'm going to get into a Clint, man. If you could just give a little bit about your background for those that don't know and want to get to know you.
Yeah, man. A little bit about me. Like I said before, I'm the founder of BLACKGROUND clothing. Basically, I started this brand about a year ago. BLACKGROUND, basically the term I've coined up that basically means a person's total Black experience, what you've been through from your past to present, your knowledge of Black knowledge and your Black education, So that all ties into your BLACKGROUND, and that's the brand. That's my brand. You know what I mean? That's what this brand I'm pushing. That's the brand that I started. Yeah, I do have a website. Right now I just got some t-shirts in there. I'm working with a manufacturer to get some cut and sewn pieces. Just some pieces that's just my style, my personal style, the way I like it, just my own silhouette, my own personal, stamp on my clothing. So I'm in the works of working with a manufacturer. So once I should be getting some samples back soon, and we'll go from there, but yeah.
Can you talk a little about the process of working with the manufacturer and your experience?
Yeah, my experience right now, I worked with two so far. I worked with a manufacturer in New York, out here in America, and also one in Pakistan. The one in New York, I reached out to them, found them on Google, sent them my tech pack. They told me they could do the work. A tech pack is basically a packet of information, very detailed, of information about how to turn your idea into a product, into a physical product. It has anything from images, from measurements to the garment, stitching to the buttons to zippers to basically every single detail in that garment. So basically, I sent that tech pack that I had created to New York, to the manufacturer in New York. And with them in New York, they're not doing too well. You know what I mean? The communication is off. It takes forever. I got my first sample in like 2 months. You know what I mean? Which is a very long time to get a sample back. And I had them change some things, so I'm waiting for my revised sample. So I'm just waiting for them. But I'm also dealing with the manufacturer in New York. I mean, my fault, not New York, in Pakistan. Now in Pakistan, their communication is very good. They talk to me every day. They're very verbal. They communicate through emails. So yeah, I had 6 samples being made from them. I sent them my tech pack. They told me they could do it. So I'm having 6 samples made. And they're a lot cheaper too than New York as well. You know what I mean? So
What's the comparison as far as price goes between the states and there?
yeah, New York, I paid for 2 tech packs, a hoodie and a sweatshirt. The hoodie was $350, and the
Yeah.
sweatshirt $300 just for those 2 samples. You know what I mean? Now in Pakistan, I'm having 6 samples made, and a total of that is $540. So the difference is a lot. You know, I'm paying like $40, $50 for one sample compared to $300 in New York. You know what I mean? So the price is a lot different. You know what I mean? I don't know why New York or that manufacturer is so expensive. Like, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't know what to expect. I did a little bit of research, and yeah, you know, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, you know, so I'm thinking the price is good, thinking, hey, whatever, I need this done. I'm thinking it's a good number, and I pay it, you know, and I deal with these manufacturers in Pakistan, and the numbers is you know, a fraction of the cost in New York. You know what I mean? So it all varies with the manufacturer. I think it varies with the country as well. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So with the $350 for one hoodie,
Yeah, that's just a sample.
that's crazy. So explain how much would that same hoodie retail for?
I mean, a sample shouldn't be your product number. You know what I mean? Like, a sample should just be a sample price, and then in production it's going to be cheaper because you're buying it in bulk. You know what I mean? So I was asking them for the product price, like how much it's going to cost to make one hoodie. You know what I mean? Like, if I was to go in production, how much would it cost to make one hoodie? And if I wanted 100 hoodies, I wanted to do the math. You know what I mean? And they never gave me a number. They never get out for 2-3 months. I've been fighting these weeks for a number. Never gave me a number. So
That sounds like a hustle.
I mean, they're legit. They're online. You know what I mean? They have a website. You know, I physically spoke to them, so they exist. So I mean, but yeah, I'm just having a very bad experience with them in New York. You know what I mean? So yeah, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm still waiting for my samples. I'm still dealing with them. I don't think I'm going to continue production with them, but I just want what I paid for. You know what I mean? At this point, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Sam Day asks, did you get the samples in yet from across seas? How they look? How do they look?
nah, I didn't get the samples back yet. I got some samples from New York. I could grab the sample I got. This is the first sample I got from New York. This is the sweatshirt. I wanted a taller collar, so this is like a mock neck collar. Let me get the camera. My cuffs are a little bit longer. I don't know, for some reason they use the same material cuffs as they did for the sweater. This is supposed to be like a wool material right here, but it's like a cotton material. But the stitching and everything is dope. The stitching is nice. You know what I mean? It's well done. It's structured well. It's just the measurements are off. You know what I mean? I got my waistband is a little longer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to get a different look. You know, different silhouette. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I got some turtlenecks I'm trying to get made. I got a hockey jersey I'm trying to get made. A tracksuit. You know what I mean? A couple different items. You know, I want to do I want to do like a cloak, some type of like some type of cloak garment, some type of I don't know what to call it. Forgot the word, but something like throw over you. You know what I'm saying? Open arm, you could just rock it. You know, something smooth. I'm working on it. You know, but trying to get that going. Just thinking outside the box a little bit. You know,
some like a shawl.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Trying to be on some Western vibe right now, you know.
I feel it.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I like my fedoras, so that'll look dope with a fedora. You know what I mean? If you rock it right. You know? So
yeah, for sure.
So I'm
So
just working on a couple things, you know.
yeah, man. And you explain the tech pack process?
Tech packs, okay. Yeah, the process is well. Originally, I've paid somebody to do my tech packs. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
when I was getting to tech packs, you know, it was like Spanish to me. You know, it was a lot of
Yeah.
information I didn't know, a lot of terms I didn't know, a lot of measurements you have to take. You know what I mean? So I originally paid somebody to do it for me. I found somebody online that lives in my city. She's from Africa, you know. So she went to a couple of fashion design schools. So I paid her what 200 a piece for my tech packs. So I did 5 tech packs, paid her 200 a piece. You know what I mean? She did a good job, did a decent job, I should say. The format she did it was dope. I love the format, you know, the pages, the way she put it together, the way she categorized everything. But I mean, she was missing a lot of measurements, a lot of side C measurements, a lot of sleeve measurements. So I actually revised her tech pack. And now because I bought some books, I bought books, you know, I bought a couple of books. I bought this book, How to Make a Tech Pack, you know what I mean? Um so I've been studying that. Yeah, the tech pack manual. Yeah, this has everything, bro. This has you know, measurements, have flats, everything you need to make tech packs, to have um you know, examples of dresses, overcoats, you know, kids' clothes, everything, you know what I mean? Blouses for women's clothes, everything. So I've been studying that. So I've been learning to do tech packs. So I revised her tech packs and I basically redid them. So yeah, I mean tech packs is basically, you know, information that a designer gives to a manufacturer and how to turn their idea into a physical product. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's a lot of information, a lot of the measurements you have to take. You know what I mean? A lot of the measurements.
Of like, can you be specific on the measurements?
You like examples of measurements? Like
Yeah, like as far as like you coming up, you got this new product. What are the measurements that you take that are needed in this tech pack?
yeah, okay. Let's start from the beginning. How I start a tech pack is I start off with flats. Flats are illustrations of your design. They call them flats because of how they're viewed. They're viewed as if their garment is on the floor, looking at it from a bird's eye view. So that's why they call it a flat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So those go into your tech packs, illustrations for the manufacturer. So once I have the idea of what garment I'm making, you know what I mean? If it's a sweater with a V-neck or you know a regular collar or whatever the case may be. So once I figure out what kind of garment I'm making, then I go into the measurements. You know what I mean? You got the neck drop, how far the neck drops here. You got the how wide the neck is, the neck circumference. You got the neck to the shoulder. You got the shoulder to the end of the sleeve. If it's a long sleeve, to the cuff. You know what I mean? You got the side seamed over here. You got the shoulder, the high point shoulder to the waistband. You got the center back. You got a lot of measurements you have to take. You know what I mean? So it's like about like 20 to 30 measurements depending on the garment. You know,
Yeah.
some garments are technical, some garments is more difficult to make, like a dress might have, you know, lining in it, laces or whatever the case may be. So those could be a little bit more complicated to make, but yeah.
So I'm gonna read this from Sam. Sam said, "Did you get the set or no? Excuse me. You have to learn to sew yourself to cut the middleman out." I feel that. Do you have any?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I want to learn how to sew, but I mean, if you're dealing with 100 products, you know what I mean? You're trying to push 100 items at a time, you know what I mean? You're not going to sew everything,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you're going to hire somebody to do that.
yeah.
But I mean, I do want to learn how to sew because it is definitely beneficial, you know, to learn how to actually create a pattern and sew it together. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I actually know how to sew. When I we learned. I was taught like to do interior on chairs and we would make patterns and make like jumpsuits, like for example, like Tyvek suits. You know what I'm talking about? That style of outfit. You know what I'm talking about? Tyvek.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The stuff you keep. I'll think about that now. I can't think of it. But man, I want to double back to that. To the tag pack again. So, how do you know what shape you want your garments before starting? Like as far as the measurements, and which do you have another garment you measure, you go off of?
Yeah. Typically I would do that. You know what I mean? If I have a similar item like a sweatshirt or a hoodie, I would take some measurements, but not all measurements. Take the majority of the measurements, and then I would tweak it to my design. You know what I mean? If I have if it's a drop shoulder, for instance, the drop shoulder, the neck to the shoulder is going to be a little bit longer. You know what I mean? And then the stitching is going to be shorter from the drop to the sleeve cuff. So it all depends on what garment I'm making. But I usually take measurements from a garment I already have. You know what I mean? Take those measurements and then tweak them a little bit. You can also send the factory a garment that you want, that you like the style of, and they'll basically mimic the measurements like that too. You know what I mean? So you can also send them a physical product, and they could basically mimic that whole pattern, and you'll have the exact same, garment.
So do you actually, like, when you take something you have, do you actually like take it apart in pieces? Or
no. I lay it flat. And I just take the measurements, you know what I mean? I measure all the measurements that I need to get, center back, high point shoulders, side seams, the sleeve length, underarm, over the arm, cuff lengths, circumferences, everything, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That makes
sense.
Yeah. So why is it important to you to have your products cut and sew versus just going to go buy in bulk?
Yeah, I just wanted my own signature style, design, you know what I mean? I'm trying to compete with brands like Ami Paris and, Stone Island and, Montclair. So, I'm trying to compete with those brands, you know what I mean? So I can't see myself 5-10 years from now still buying wholesale products and decorating on them, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just need something that's more my style, my brand, so that's why I went that route, you know what I mean?
So did you start out decorating or with a vinyl cutter or anything like that?
Yeah. I started crafting. I got a heat press. I got a vinyl cutter. I got I do DTF, all that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I got into DTF a couple months ago. So this is DTF right here, actually. This shit I'm rocking.
So how you like the DTF thing?
DTF is cool. DTF is nice, man. I wouldn't start my brand with it because it's just too uncertainties with every design. I don't want somebody to get a shirt 10 washes later. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, it's dope for customs. Like I did tons of custom apparel. Like I did my peoples had a sports youth football team, so I did like 30 hoodies for them. You know what I mean? Came on dope. Mm-hmm. So stuff like that is fire. You know what I mean? Little custom shirts, stuff like that, little pop-ups and stuff like that. Before a brand, I wouldn't start my brand with DTF. Just my opinion. You know what I mean? I'd rather screen print it just to be more high level and.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cutting you off. So I keep seeing stuff pop up. I'm like, where does this come from? I didn't see this brother down here. I'm gonna let Mike in, man. I didn't see him down here. I'm tripping. I'm like, why is this being controlled? Man, how you feeling, brother?
I'm here. I still don't know what's going on, but I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? What's popping?
A little bit of rough day. I just stopped by real quick to say I'm glad that you stopped man through and you dropped some gems on us, and I appreciate you coming up here
Absolutely.
on our platform and talking.
Absolutely, man.
But you was in the middle of saying something. Could you please finish it? Because y'all was talking about the tech pack, and I was listening to what you said.
I forgot what I was saying, honestly, man.
Oh, we were talking about the DTF and
The
how you
DTF.
Oh yeah,
have as to start a brand with because of the uncertainties in the prints.
yeah. I just need more dependable prints. You know what I mean? Nothing's wrong with DTF, but to start a brand with, you know what I mean? It's if I'm charging people a certain amount of money, man, I want their garments and their designs to last. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Understandable.
That name, BLACKGROUND clothing. Where's that originate from? If you already asked this question, I'm sorry.
Nope.
background is a play off of background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a term I've coined. It means a total of a person's Black experience, Black knowledge, and Black education. You know what I mean? So anything that goes with your past, your family history, your education, any knowledge you have about our culture, everything that is that's our background. You know what I mean? Anything to do with Blackness, you know what I mean? That's your background.
Yeah.
Even America has a background. It's super dark, but it's there. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's super dope, man, what you do. I'm gonna continue to play the background. I appreciate you once again being up here. Hey, Sleep, I hit you up in a few, man.
No problem.
Right.
Coming by, man. Feel better too, bro.
Yeah, man. Feel better.
Yep.
So we missed this question from 755. She said, I apologize if I missed it. How long have you been cutting garments?
I don't cut garments. I don't cut garments. The factory does that. What I do is I prepare a packet, a tech pack for the factory, and they do all the garment cutting, the stitching, everything. You know what I mean? So I just provide them with the information needed to have the garment developed.
So you have mentioned that you could actually send a garment you like the shape of to the manufacturer, have them go off of that. Have you done that process?
I have not. I will though. I will. I will for a hockey jersey. You know what I mean? Those are kind of the measurements is kind of tough for that. So I have a hockey jersey in mind I'm making. So I have to buy the jersey and send it to the manufacturer and have them copy the specs from it. I'm gonna add some specs to it, but I just want the initial silhouette, and then I'll tweak it how I want. You know what I mean? Tell them, hey, I want the tail longer. I want the hood this deep, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
So what's the reason for the jersey being so much harder to make than a normal garment?
The stitching. It's a lot of different stitching. You know what I mean? The way the patterns are. It's not a typical sweater. They have the sleeves are. It's more of a drop shoulder too. So it's just difficult for me to make. I mean, I could try to make it, but I guarantee you it's going to be wrong, and I'm going to spend a lot of money trying to just make corrections on it. So I'd rather just send out the hockey jersey and have them just remake that for me. Because the purpose of a tech pack, man, a really good tech pack is so that you eliminate the need for tons of samples. You know what I mean? Like, because if you have a tech pack, you send them a tech pack, if everything's good, you might just need one change. You might pay for 1 or 2 samples, but if you have a bad tech pack or no tech pack, you might be paying for samples 5, 10 times. You know what I mean? And that gets costly. So
yeah, man.
I just told you I paid $300 for one sample. So imagine paying that 5 times. That's crazy.
So you got to pay again if you need revisions.
Yep. They have to, because they have to remake the garment, everything. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, I see why you went into making your own tech packs.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Just to have to pay for that and have to pay for the sample, the revisions.
Yeah, just eliminates the need to make to have samples made, because I could get costly, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the process, man. I have some stuff that just some sketches I did out of my head. I'm not an artist by any means, man, but just some sketches I had in my head, particularly for a couple of jackets.
Yeah.
So how would a person like that? How would me, for instance, like I had these sketches of my jackets, and I know I want this here, this here. How would I go about organizing my tech pack?
Well, since you have a flat, we have the image, right?
Or the flat, yeah.
I will figure out what kind of jacket it is, if varsity is it a track jacket, is it something like that, and then I will try to find something similar and take measurements from it. You know what I mean? Start off with that. And if you don't, I mean, you don't have to do it yourself. You could pay somebody to do a tech pack for you. You know what I mean? There's tons of people that do it. You could hire somebody from Fiverr, Etsy, stuff like that. You know what I mean? To do it for you. Because that's the way I went. I initially hired somebody to do it for me. You know what I mean? But then I learned how to do it because, I mean, I'm in this business, so I'm in the fashion business, so I need to figure out how to do my own tech packs, and so it's saving myself money.
Sam's asking for your link. What's your link?
My website.
Yeah.
I have all my social media is BLACKGROUND Clothing. So I'm on Facebook, BLACKGROUND Clothing, Instagram, BLACKGROUND Clothing, and my website is blackgroundclothing.com. Right now, I just got some t-shirts up there. Like I said, next year, once I get my stuff back and I'm going into production, I'll throw some hoodies, some sweaters and stuff up there. You know what I mean?
It's funny you said next year. I'm like, in my head, I was like next year, but next year is like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So I mean, I should be getting my samples back the first or second week in January. That's what, middle of January, hopefully. You know what I mean? I look at those, and then I go from there. If I have to make any changes, revisions, and I go from there. Because the tech pack, you have to have everything in a tech pack. Your neck labels, your hang tags, your design. If you have a design on it, like this print will be on my tech pack. It will be, you know what I mean? If you have any buttons, if you have any zippers, if you have, anything. Hood, you gotta measure the hood. You want the hood this long, you want it this deep, you know what I mean? You gotta measure your strings on the hoodie. How long you want the strings to come down? What type of strings do you want on your hoodie? It's a lot. Right. It's a lot. You know what I mean? So I've been learning, teaching myself about garments, about different, fabrics, different, types of items that could go on clothing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know there was so much into zippers, bro. There's a lot of zippers, bro. You know what I mean? There's different tapes, there's different sizes, there's metals, there's plastics, invisible zippers. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's a lot that goes into garment creating, that I had no idea. So I mean, so yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Just the whole, just to think of something to have somebody create it that way. So with your samples that you get, do you get them fully made, or are you just getting a garment, or is your design on your sample, or
everything? It should come retail ready. It'll come retail ready, everything.
So once you get a sample, what's your process after that?
Once I get my sample, I'll look at it, make sure I'll try it on, of course. Usually you get a sample in a size medium.
Why is that?
Just a standard size. You get it any size you want, you know what I mean? But it's just I did a medium because it's the middle of the size chart, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I did a medium. So when I get my samples coming in, I'll look at them, I'll try them on, take some measurements, make sure my measurements are correct, make sure the fit's good, make sure the fabric's good. Look at the stitching, you know what I mean? Make sure there's no loose stitching anywhere, no defects, anything like that. Make sure the print, my design is good. Make sure the hand tag looks good. My neck labels look good, everything, you know what I mean? And then we just back out to the manufacturer if I like it, you know, ask them, you know, how do we start production? You know, minimum quantity order, or how much, or how many I need. You know what I mean? When you deal with a manufacturer, the first thing you should ask is how much is your minimum order quantity, because you don't want to have. Say that again.
It'll be on the side as MOQ, right?
Yep, exactly. Because you don't want to deal with a manufacturer and then their MOQ was 200, and I'm like, I can't afford 200 pieces off rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely look for that when you deal with manufacturers. Definitely the minimum order quantity.
755 Media asks, what fabric is your personal preference? Good question.
French terry cloth. Right now, all my garments are being made in French terry cloth. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have some sweaters, some turtlenecks I'm going to be made. That's going to be in wool. But those are, you know, that's obvious because they're more knitted. They're more knitted style. You know what I mean? So I got some turtlenecks. What else I gotta make it? Probably the cloak, the I forgot what it's called. Good, my brain freeze, but whatever it is, my squall, whatever, that's gonna be wool as well, or some type of light material. You know, and when you're dealing with tech packs and manufacturers too, man, you gotta you know, watch out with what fabric you're using. You know what I mean? Because if you're making a light spring jacket, for instance, right? You don't want to line it with like polyester or something like that, because polyester doesn't breathe. So if you have a spring jacket and the customer wears it, he's going to be miserable in that jacket because he's going to be too hot, he's going to be sweating, you know, stuff like that. So you definitely got to be pay attention on how you're making your garment, what fabrics you're using, you know, your lining, your everything, you know, because some fabrics don't breathe, you know, polyester don't breathe. I think satin doesn't breathe. A couple of fabrics don't breathe. You know what I mean? So you got to pay attention to that.
755 said, yeah, I can tell you building high-end product. Yeah, it sounds like
man. I'm trying to compete with these European brands, bro. These European brands is, you know, I mean, I'm not going to be at that high price point. I'm not charging $300 for a t-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My price point's $50, $40 for a t-shirt, you know? But I mean, say that again?
Nah, my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, some of them brands is ridiculous. I don't know where they get their price point from. You know, like I've been looking on, you know, a Montclair sweater is $300-$400. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So, but I mean, we tend to flock to those brands, and we flock to those. You know what I'm saying? Those brands, those Gucci's, those Louis Vuitton. You know what I mean? Montclair's, all those, we flock to those brands. I was watching Power the other day and convinced out, you know what I mean? All day with that. You know, I would love to see black stars, entertainers rocking our products. You know what I mean? They don't have to go to those brands. They could just rock our high-end premium products. You know what I mean? I go on social media, I'm looking at every celebrity rocked out in Gucci or Chanel, and you know what I mean? And they say they for the culture, but they don't represent our brands at all. You know, when I come out with my brand, I'm not going to pair, when I do my photo shoots, I'm not pairing my brands with Nikes and Adidas. I'm pairing my brands with the black-owned company. You know what I mean? I was talking to Sam. Shout out to Sam. He put me onto a black-owned company that sells sneakers. They got some dope kits. I'm about to reach out to them and purchase some stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I can't be a black-owned brand. Want people to buy black-owned products, and I'm not wearing black-owned products besides my brand myself. You know what I mean? So I definitely look forward to pairing my brand with other black-owned brands. You know what I mean?
So why do you think people don't flock to black-owned brands. What's your opinion on that?
That they don't, or
They don't. Why they rather go buy a Louis Vuitton T-shirt over BLACKGROUND clothing or any other?
I'm not sure, man. I mean, those brands are established. You know, they got history. You know what I mean? And it's you know, when you wear those brands, you feel more prestige, more, you know what I mean? Because it's this high end brand, it's high end couture type quality brand. You know what I mean? So you feel, you know, more high end. You know, you feel you know, prestige, more expensive. You know what I mean? So I guess you get a feeling when you wear those brands. You know, more expensive. Like, hey, I'm rocking this. You know, I made it, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But
like people like that are, they are. A lot of people live above their means.
yeah, absolutely. You know,
I feel like the false sense of, I guess, importance is the word I want to use, you get from stuff like that is kind of weird to me, because I have a saying that I say, man, that you can wrap boo boo in bacon, but at the end of the day, it's still boo boo.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. To each his own, man. But
I mean, I'm not. But I mean, I'm not knocking those brands, man. I mean, it is what it is. But I feel like, you know, if we have a lot of woke hotep, you know, people in our culture, you know what I mean, celebrities, entertainers, whatever the case may be, and you know, the actions don't really say that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so.
But I feel like people like that, their voice is being drowned by society, man, because it's like you hear so much, like particularly in music, you hear you're not real unless you got all this money or you got this and
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of pressure on our youth. It's a lot of pressure on people in general.
Yep. And a lot of brands use hip hop, our culture, to push their products, you know what I mean? And they will never put a black image on their merchandise at all. Anything
Yeah.
uplifting, any black strong, you know, messages, anything to defend the black community, they'll never put that on their clothes, but they'll definitely take our money, you know?
Period. Sam said the media pushes those brands. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, all day. You know what I mean?
755 said, what stands out with you is that your product is rare than a Gucci, Louis Vuitton, etc. I'd rather rock BLACKGROUND.
I respect that, bro. Appreciate it, man.
It's the
Yeah,
lady
man.
that's Carmen. That's a woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize, ma'am. I apologize.
I feel it, man. I understand, like, these teas and things, what's going on. Let me shout out a couple of these people.
Yeah, you do it then, bro.
We got these teas and things, the t-shirt gang, what's going on? Shana Krause, hey. Bruce Leaf, appreciate you joining. Barb LaFon, hi. I saw the Educated Natural somewhere out there. How you doing? Sam Day, what's up? Late Night Crafting with Stacy, what's going on? Johnny Jimerson, how you doing? Mark Jones, what's going on? Mark Jones, that's All Business Demands. Is who you'll know him by. Graphic Warehouse.
One of the shirts on my website now. Blue Lives Murder.
Yeah, that shirt cold, man. It's cold because it's true.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? I'm all about, you know, I'm unfiltered, bro. My brand is very unfiltered, man, you know, so it's not for everybody. Yeah. Definitely not for everybody, yo. You gotta be definitely strong-willed, strong at heart to be rocking some BLACKGROUND, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Barb LaFon said there are a lot of good black indie pattern designers. If you follow Soul Natural Dane, she has good videos on all the black indie pattern designers. Might be somebody you can look into.
Yeah, definitely, you know.
That down on Soul Natural Dane. So I heard A while ago, you said that you like rocking the fedoras, man. Is that something we can look forward to in the future? The black ground fedoras.
I would love to, man. That's an interesting lane right there. You know, it's funny, right? I was on there's a company in New York that teaches you how to make fedoras. Like they send you out there. It's like a school for it, bro. You can really make hats. So, but now I never thought about, getting into fedoras, making them. You know what I mean, myself. I do want to get into some accessories though, like a backpack, some hats. I want to do a scarf. You know what I mean? A nice fat scarf. You know what I mean? Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I'm trying to think outside the box a little bit. You know.
I feel it. So where is that your way of thinking come from to be that different? Like, is that a background or where does that come from?
I mean, fashion.
Is that your black? I said I meant background.
That's dope. But I think it's my vision. You know, I have a huge vision, man. You know what I mean. So I know where I want my brand to look like, where I want it to go, and just studying fashion, man. I mean, I'm trying to be in the fashion industry, so I have to study fashion, man. You know what I mean. I'm trying to get into expo shows, textile shops, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. So I'm trying to immerse myself in the fashion industry as much as possible. So I take inspiration from everything I see now since I've been, into fashion. So I mean, it comes from a lot, man. I mean, from like my background, I think I'm very fashionable. I have a decent style. So I take parts of that into my brand, and like I said, I know how I want my brand to look, and yeah, so I definitely have a vision how I want and perceive my brand, you know.
So black ground, it's strong black culture involved with your brand. So like you said, you want to do a throw or where same difference, but
yeah, like a cloak type deal, yeah.
So like if you look at people, a lot of people be like, man, that's not black enough for, you know what I mean? Why that? Where'd you get that idea from? And
I actually got it from that Netflix show with that Western that just came out like a month ago, yo.
The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, I love the gear in that shit. Like, yo, that gear was fire, bro. I love the fashion in that shit. So I was like, bro, I could see a few pieces being in my line based off, you know what I'm saying, based off watching that. Like I said, I take fashion from everything, you know what I mean? I'm walking down the street, I see something, I see fashion in it, you know what I mean? So I seen that movie, yo, and I seen a couple of garments in there, like, that should be fire. You know what I'm saying? Matched it with this piece, you know what I mean? So I just let my mind go and I just designed it up. And yeah, man, you know, I'm designing a tech pack now. So yeah, man, I take inspiration from everywhere.
That's cool, man. So I'm like, I'm just thinking about like something like that, man. It could be high fashion or a t-shirt and some Jordans or something too, as well.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. I mean, it's funny. I want to make like a satin type t-shirt, bro. Like it's like a t-shirt made with like a satin material, whatever the case may be. Just thinking outside the box a little bit, but that really wouldn't work because you can't breathe in that shit, motherfucker. Sweating all day in that, bro.
Yeah.
Look would be dope though. Look like you know what I'm saying, like a club or a nice bar or something like that. Just something, you know what I'm saying, casual to you know what I'm saying, that'd be dope, you know. But yeah, man, I mean, a t-shirt could be very fashionable, bro. You know, I mean, t-shirts is so versatile, bro. You know what I mean? So
look at this man over here. This so disrespectful man in this comment over here. Mike T. He said neckties, business suits, all around professional look. Do you feel like we as black creators only appeal to streetwear?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. I mean,
Nah,
I look at every street brand that's coming out now. Nothing but tracksuits, hundreds of tracksuits, jogger suits. You know what I mean? Which is cool. I'm trying to stay away from that lane a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's just done to death. You know what I mean? But I feel like, yeah, a lot of street brands, you know, just do the same old type of deal. Don't think outside the box. Like I want to make some sports jackets. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. You know, a little bit more formal wear too. You know, just a little bit for everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I don't see neckties. I do see like sports jackets. You know, with some patches right here. You know what I mean? Tagged up in the back. You know what I mean? Kind of trying to urban it up a little bit, but I could definitely see some you know, something more formal with my style to it, you know?
yeah. I was just messing with Mike when I was like being disrespectful. But I'm looking up on this show, man, that you and a bunch of other people might be interested in on HBO Max in the streetwear. It was a streetwear, supposedly a streetwear show, but you look at some of the fashion that some of the like it's like some of the stuff they considered streetwear was like high fashion.
But the
And it was
streetwear has a lot of categories. Streetwear is like punk, skateboarder type looks, you know what I mean? Because streetwear falls into a lot of category. You know,
but like
streetwear is
the stuff that I'm talking about, like I'm sorry, I'll just cut you off because I didn't got
that's all good.
past what we talking about. I'm sorry, but the stuff that was on this show, your way of your styles, the style of clothing you want to come with would fit perfect on this show, I think.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of that outside the box. I'm trying to find it. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's like a competition show, right?
Yeah, The Hype.
Okay.
The Hype on HBO. HBO Max, and
I have to check it out, man.
What's his name? Cardi B's husband.
The
Migo.
Quavo, what's his name?
Quavo. He's one of the hosts on there.
Okay.
One of the hosts, but it's a dope show. Check it out. It's one season so far that has been gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, man, for real.
Yeah,
I like shows like that. I like competition fashion shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to see the process they go to, bro, and they go through a lot, bro. You know what I mean?
That was really good, man. It was really good, man. It was a lot to learn on there, and then like what it took. Excuse me. It took me personally. It took my way of thinking streetwear to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Because when I streetwear, I picture like he was talking about the sweatsuits and all that stuff, but like the fashion, the sense of fashion that you have, and the way the direction that you want to take your brand. It was stuff that reminds me of that, would put me in that frame of mind on this show. That Offset, Sam Day said, that's his name.
Offset, yeah.
Nigga, that's the same my life. When Quavo was Offset. But that show, bro, that show is pretty dope, man. It's dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, man, for real, yo. It's funny because I like those shows because, yo, man, it's a lot that goes into fashion. You realize what you cannot use because a lot of fabrics don't stretch, so you can't use certain fabrics. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, that shit don't stretch. The customer's gonna be horrible in that. You know what I mean? They can't walk, they can't move. You know what I mean? Certain fabrics are itchy. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. It's a lot to definitely go into and to learn. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I'm for it, man. I'm trying. I'm learning. You know, so my vision is huge, and I'm with it. You know.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. So when you keep referring back to the fabrics and different types of fabrics, how some don't move and different stuff. I have a question, but I'm trying to get it to make sense. So with those fabrics, man, how are don't know. I'll come back to it because I can't word
How do you
it.
pick them? How do you find the right fabrics?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Usually the manufacturer will send you some sample swatches. A swatch is basically like a small sample of the fabric. You can feel it, touch it. You know what I mean? And they send you a couple of samples to reference, so you could go by. And then if you like the fabric, you pick it from there. I did buy a fabric book. I bought a fabric swatch book, so it has all types of fabrics in it: silks, wools, cottons. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to learn the business, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. But usually the manufacturer sends you samples. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, man, that's a perfect way, a perfect reason for you should learn how to sew yourself. Because you work out that sample money if at the very least, because it seems like you love the business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I just want somebody to make some clothes for me.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, man. Because I mean, I'm just me dolo. You know what I mean? So I'm doing everything myself, yo. So I feel like if I could pay somebody to do something, you know what I mean, I'm with that. You know, if I had a team, of course, you know, I would I would love to do it in house. You know what I mean? Like my goal is to have a factory built. I could just make my own clothes in house. You know what I mean? I don't have to do my shit is cut and sewn anymore. I could just do everything in house. You know, somebody do my tech packs for me. I have a team of tech packs. They do my patterns. They do my, you know what I'm saying? They do everything, all in house. You know, that's the goal of mine. You know, but we'll get there.
Shayna Krause said the tech pack is the most important part of communicating with businesses overseas.
Yep.
They will literally create what is in the specs, have to be very specific, or you might receive some crazy. Yeah, that's touching on what you have said.
Yep.
So what's the process? I mean, outside of, so I just get online and I know I have my tech pack done. I need a manufacturer. What's a good way of picking who you choose to make your samples?
I mean, honestly, I've been getting a lot of DMs on Instagram from people manufacturing bro. Yeah, bro. I've been getting, but I ignore them. I was ignoring them for months because I was dealing with New York. You know what I mean? But now, since I've stopped dealing with New York, you know what I mean? So I've been outsourcing some new manufacturers. So I called a couple. Well, not called. I emailed a couple back. Looked at their website. You know what I mean? Like their work. You know, the communication was good. And I showed them my tech pack to say they could do it. And I told them what I want on the garments. You know what I mean? What type of images I want. What type of screen printing I want. You know, if it's, you know, a Chanel patch, anything, you know, I got to make sure they could do the work. So they said they could do it. And boom, yeah. And I went with them, you know. Because I'm having a Chanel patch made. I'm having an embossed design made. We're having some screen printing designs made. I'm having like it's like a silicone screen print. So it's like, how can I say? It's like a shiny type of gel screen print. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different. I don't know who could do that out here. I'm trying to look for a screen print out here.
Big printing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Because I would love to find
Big print can do Chanel patches, all that right here. Black on.
Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, I gotta touch it.
He go look. We just had him on about 3 episodes. He wanted.
Okay. Yeah. I was watching that. Yep. Cool. Yeah.
Barbara said, I think you need to know your fabric types and how they are made. I say this from a person that not only does embroidery, HTV, etc., but also sews custom clothing. Man, that's dope. That's dope.
Fabrics are very important, you know.
Yeah,
fabrics can make a breaking item, man. You know.
Period. What's your favorite fabric?
Favorite product to use, probably French terry cloth. It's just you know, for streetwear brand, you know, it's this.
Oh,
yeah, super cloth. It's a good a good quality material. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
yeah,
got a Nike sweatsuit made out of that.
yeah. So I mean, you know what it is. So
I don't wear a lot of brands myself, but um
yeah.
so man, just shoot out like a few things to look for a beginner as far as picking a manufacturer and just the process, and even if they want to start tech packs, just some beginner tips.
Yeah,
It
I
ain't
would
that
definitely ask.
order.
Yeah, I would definitely ask the manufacturer what their minimum order quantities are, because you don't want to have to, you know, have a sample made and the minimum order quantities is a high number. You know what I mean? So definitely look for a manufacturer with a minimum order quantity that's in your budget. And if you're dealing with, I mean, this is strictly dealing with overseas, man. The overseas is different from the states. When you're dealing with overseas, I would try to get some type of credentials of their business, some type of certificates, licenses, anything to make sure that that company is indeed legit. Because I mean, Pakistan is a clothing country, bro. Everybody out there sews. You know what I mean? So you could
Yeah,
find you could be talking to somebody that could be in their basement trying to make your brand. You know what I mean? Out their mom's basement trying to make your brand. So definitely ask for licenses, certificates, stuff like that when dealing with the manufacturer overseas. Minimum order quantity. And make sure that the communication is very open communication, because I mean you got to be able to changes need to be made. You want to be able to communicate that. You know what I mean? So definitely have an open source of communication. And what else? Yeah, man. And take notes of everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, I follow Zoe Hong. She's a beast, yo. I follow her channel. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, definitely minimum order quantities. Definitely get certificates and licenses, from the manufacturer. Um, what else? Open communication, definitely. Yeah. What else? If I have anything else, I'll come
right.
back to it. You know what I mean?
Zoe Hall has a great tech pack. I purchased her. She has worked in the fashion industry for years. She has a YouTube channel also.
Yeah, I follow Zoe Long. I follow her channel. Yeah, she's a beast, yo. I learned a lot from her. That's where I got most of my books from. She recommended a lot of books, and that's where I got my books from. I got this book too, the Fashion Business Manual. This has everything from branding, production, wholesale, marketing, startups, retail, and everything. Has a little bit of information about tech packs as well. This is a beast book right here. This book right here is a beast.
I'm looking her up right now. I want to check this out.
Yeah, she's a beast. I guess she was I think she went to school for fashion. She worked for a couple of designers. Then she went into teaching. Now she does YouTube. You know what I mean? So she's a beast, yo.
That's dope. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check her out.
Yeah. I follow her. She knows her stuff. She knows her stuff.
My wife always tells me that I need to start getting into that because I do have the ability to sew.
Yeah, man. Don't hide the talents, man. Share them talents, bro.
Yeah.
The world need them talents, man. I mean, I think if you're dealing with fashion, bro, you're really dealing into fashion. You really want to, withstand the test of time, bro. Invest in yourself. Read. Research, learn, yo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I did a Bream shirt. I was, I was messing with Bream, yo. Black rules everything around me. But I stepped off that project. I don't. I don't know. I wasn't getting a good feedback from that, you know.
That's what he's telling you right there. He like it. Fire.
He say fire, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of mixed reactions from that. You know what I mean?
So when you get your samples, man, do you wear them around and look and get reactions or off of that, or how you know what's gonna be hot for you?
Well, I probably will do that once I get my samples back from Pakistan. The samples I got from New York was a freaking large. I can't wear a large, so I couldn't rock those samples. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I get those samples back from Pakistan, they're in the medium, they're in my size. So I will definitely be rocking those and probably take some photo pics, product pics, see how they look, see how the public likes them, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. You know?
Let me I gotta go to a commercial break right quick.
Pay them bills.
Yeah, man.
We just small thing with the biggest guest to do it.
Period.
I like
So
that.
before we get started, man, I got to shout out. We got a sponsor, Vinyl Supply Unlimited, authorized Caesar dealer, the only Metamark. They sell the only Metamark decal vinyl in the country. Get with Vinyl Supply Unlimited. Put in
Squad Creative.
10. You get a 10% discount off your order. Free shipping over $50.
Once again, head on over to vinylsupplyunlimited.com for all your crafting needs.
We back at it. And man, we in here with Clint from BLACKGROUND Clothing, man. He just letting us in on these gems for anybody just joining us. So when can we expect the full drop from you?
I mean, I don't have a timetable yet because everything is based on the manufacturer, bro. You know what I mean? So once I get my samples back, I'll look at those. Hopefully I don't need changes. If I do, get some changes made, you know, get them resampled, and then hopefully that'll be it. I don't need no more samples. I'll start production. And we'll go from there. I'm only gonna come out with I got six tech packs, 6 samples being made for my tech packs. But I'm only going to drop 2 items in the beginning, and I'm gradually going to drop more and more throughout the weeks and months. You know what I mean. My goal is to have 14 tech packs created. So my goal is to have by the end of next year to have 14 items made in my store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and then next year, hopefully dabbling into women's clothes. Because women's clothing, I mean, I don't really know how to design women's clothes. Yeah, it's a different animal, bro. Y'all got too many categories and
Turns and
you know, cutoffs and strings and you know what I mean. So I do want to get into some women's clothing though. So hopefully 2023, I'll be looking into, you know, starting some tech packs with some women designs and getting those ready for 2023. And then man, hopefully get a store open, all that, you know. So I'm just trying to think big, man, you know.
Mike T's asked, Sam said, "Can you use the meaning behind the Blue Murder T-shirt?"
Oh, the Blue Lives Murder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's self-explanatory, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of senseless murders from police, and they're not being held accountable. You know what I mean? So it'll be hard for a cop to kill you with that shirt on. I hope so. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if a cop see you with that shirt on, and he still wants to kill you, like come on, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. But it's meant to shed light to, you know, the senseless murders from police and not being held accountable. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what that shirt originates from. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I love that design. I have it in 3 colorways. I got the you know, I'm from Boston, so I got the Red Sox colors. I got the Knicks wave colors, and I got the LA colors, you know, the purple and gold, you know what I mean? So I'll think about different color waves later on. I'll probably do an army fatigue one. Probably do like olive green, different colors, man. But yeah, man, love that shirt. One of my favorite shirts.
Mike Tees is asking, how much do samples cost?
It all depends on the manufacturer, you know, and what you're getting made. It depends on how difficult your garment is to get made. So a sweater, hoodie, t-shirt, not that difficult to get made. But it all depends on the manufacturer, you know. Like I said, my samples in New York, $300 to $350 for the same products in Pakistan, $40 to $50. You know what I mean? So it all depends. Yeah, it all depends. You know what I mean? It all depends on what you're getting made too, the difficulty of the garment. You know, if you're doing a dress, a wedding dress, that could be, you know, laces and hems and pleats and whatever the case may be, darts and all of that. You know what I mean? So it all depends on how difficult the garment is and the manufacturer. You know what I mean? But I would say a good price, man. I don't know. I don't even know a good price because I'm just starting off doing this. So I don't know, man. Like between like $50 to $60. You know what I mean? For a simple design. If you're getting something crazy, like, you know, embossed or something crazy, I believe it's a little bit more money, but I would say $50 to $60 for a sample should be a good ballpark number, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. I'm sorry, I gotta cut it short, bro. I didn't realize I went over.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
My people coming into town, and I gotta go. We gotta go pick him up from the train station here in a few minutes. We will definitely have you back if you have an open invitation. So when you drop the brand, man, you can get on here and talk with us, show it off, and tell people where to get. Digging what you say, digging a story.
Absolutely, bro. I seen you got some merch too, man. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna be sending merch out there once I get my product and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I'm just trying to push the brand, push it out there, man. You know?
Yeah, I think it's one that needs to be heard, be seen, I should say. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. We definitely need to start rocking our brands like we rock those European brands. You know what I mean?
Period. You gave me some stuff to think about tonight, man. Sensei asks, you think you'll ever get into footwear?
Never say never, but right now I would say no. Right now, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But never say never, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't thought about footwear. Only thing I thought about was like scarves, hats. Yeah, that's it, you know. I haven't thought about socks, footwear, glasses, not wallets. Maybe a wallet, maybe, you know. But leather's expensive. I don't know. I mean, leather's expensive. You know, you got to buy leather for the wallets and you got to get the leather cut. And yeah, it's because you know I'm cut and sewn. You know what I mean? So everything I make is getting manufactured. You know what I mean? So right now I have T-shirts in my website. Those are Bella canvases, just because you know I already have those designs and stuff like that. But once I'm working on T-shirts now too. I'm working on a regular T-shirt and a drop shoulder T-shirt. So once I have those made, I'll put those on the website and replace my Bella canvases with those. You know.
Can you explain what the drop shoulder T-shirt is?
And this is a regular T-shirt. A drop shoulder is, you see where this is a black. Let me see if I got a white T-shirt. This is a white T-shirt, right? See how the shoulder is right here. It's basically, can't we see it neither on this either. But the shoulder is like right here. It stops right here. Drop shoulder. The short sleeves a little longer, and the shoulder would drop like right here, like 2 or 3 inches further from the original, you know, shirt. So it'll drop probably where the shoulder drops.
Yeah,
and then the sleeve will extend more. You know what I mean? Bella Canvas has a couple of drop shoulder items. you go if you look at Bella Canvas, have some drop shoulder items, but I don't like their style at all. It's like they have weird stitching on it, you know what I mean? But they do have some drop shoulder items. A lot of European brands do that. If you look at like Stone Island, Amari Paris, Palm Angels, CP Company, a lot of those companies, those brands, they have a lot of drop shoulder items. Montclair has a lot of drop shoulder items. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to, trying to compete with them brands, man.
For sure, I feel it, man. It's needed. Brother, I appreciate you, man. If you want to shout out your socials and stuff one more time before we shut it down.
Yeah, I'm on all platforms. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, BLACKGROUND. That's my clothing. That's my tag. My website, blackgroundclothing.com. Yeah, man, check me out, man. Stay tuned. I got some big things coming out. I'm just trying to push it, products for the community,
Yeah, man. Well, appreciate you, brother, and everybody. We will be here Tuesday with the Christmas blast, man. We got a bunch of guests coming on, craftable things. The t-shirt game will be here. Claudia, Pink's Tees and things will be here. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting. We got prizes. We're gonna be giving out prizes or Christmas gifts on Tuesday for this Christmas blast, man. Y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. We will see you then.
Yep. All right, man. Appreciate